What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. We're going to be looking at them on the 4-hour time frame so I can get you some detail here. I want to make this quick and efficient for you guys, and we're going to piggyback off the last video when we were looking at this potentially being a busted pattern or busted triangle here, and looking at this 47,396 as overhead resistance. So right now, the good thing that we have going for us is we got over top of that area, and now what we're trying to do is find support off that. So you can see right here, we wicked down to this area, and that was about at 47,188. So we need to defend this right here because basically it was resistance that we broke up through. We want that to be support, form a base here so that we can make the next move to the upside target up around $50,000, that big round psychological number that we need to get up above. Okay, so what's important here on this next 4-hour candle that's going to close in about 45 minutes, what we want to see is a close back up above this 200 moving average in white. So this 200 moving average in white's been moving sideways, so it's not as significant as when it's trending, but we still want to be up above that, in my opinion, on the 4-hour time frame. The volatility stop, if you're playing this right now, has you at about 46,602. The relative strength is at 57. So if we're looking at this here, guys, and we do break down through this level, the area that we just were trying to form as support, I would look down probably to about that 50 moving average, around 46,191. And that would also correlate around basically the top of this triangle that we were dealing with, these lower highs here. So still trying to find support off that. But this is an area that we got to be careful here. Okay, so one thing I wanted to point out, if we get into this is our Fu Manchu or VMC Cipher B. We did have red dots playing out, so a little bit of a warning here that we could be basically forming a local top and we may be cooling down a little bit. Money flow has been in the green, but you can see it's actually starting to fade a little bit, and our VWAP has broken down through that zero line, moving to the downside. So that's why I am just being careful in this area right now, guys, and really watching to see if we can hold this support. If we can hold it, I think we're going to go up and we're going to challenge at least 48,479. But if it breaks, it probably could be a quick little drop down to this 50 and see if we could retest that area. So kind of getting some warnings here. Just be careful out there when we're looking at this on the 4-hour time frame. That's where I like to be trading right now, is about the 4-hour time frame, sometimes pulling entries and exits off the 1-hour time frame, but mostly looking at that 4-hour time frame I think has been a sweet spot for me right now. So next, guys, we're going to get into Ethereum. If you like me covering these quick and efficient for you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. But these are the things you want to watch out for in this space. They like to be tricky. So like this one, we had a really nasty candle. We closed down below this triangle here, guys. Looked like we were just going to get smashed down even to that $42,700 level. Busted pattern, and we've ripped to the upside. So that's why you don't want to use a lot of leverage. You want to be careful in this space. Capital preservation and risks are going to be the most important things for you. So let's take a look at Ethereum right now. We're at 3,587. The last video, what I was telling you guys to pay attention to was this trend line here. See if we could get a 4-hour candle close. We did. It came on average volume. And guys, look at the move that came from it. I point these things out not to say that this is what I told you to do, because I'm going to show you both sides of the market. I'm going to give you the bullish and the bearish. But when you see these things, it's going to give you more confirmation that you potentially could have a move to the upside. So when I see something like that, I'm going to jump in a trade. I'm going to put a stop loss below that area. If it does what it's supposed to do, it's going to ride to the upside. If not, I get stopped out for a minimal loss. It is what it is, and I look for another good entry. And that's how I've been trading this market basically. So right now on the 4-hour time frame, overhead resistance is going to be about 3,679, so that's what we're going to need to get over top of. If we can get over top of that area, I'd look up to higher levels, probably about that 3,800. Then the big round psychological 4,000 is going to be important. Now, if this doesn't hold as a higher low, because you can see, guys, as we've been pushing up, we want to put these higher lows in. Here's a higher low. We push, want to get a higher low, and then that next higher high. I would look down roughly for support at about $3,500 is an area I want to hold. Right now we've had above average sell volume. If we take a look at our cipher here, same deal, kind of getting this warning up in here. You can see the money flow starting to flow down a little bit, not a huge amount in the green, and then our VWAP moving to the downside. So all things I want to keep an eye on. Relative strength also losing a little bit of strength here. We're at 61. So really watching how this candle forms, see if this can be our higher low and push higher. If not, most likely we're going to test that $3,500 level, maybe even a little bit lower than that. But what you can see on the 4 hour here, what's nice is we have a little cross of our 50 crossing up through our 200 there. So that's going to be Ethereum, guys. Really watch these levels, but trend line breaks, guys, trend line breaks and back testing the trend lines and moving forward, I really think they're efficient and they can help you. That's what I like to do. When I see trend lines break, I'm selling my position or jumping in a short or something along those lines, to where when I see that trend break, I want to be a part of it in either direction, okay? Next, what I want to take a look at was Litecoin here. Litecoin's been making a nice little move. So Litecoin is on the 4 hour time frame. We tried to get up above 190. This has been the range we've been talking about here, 162 to 190. So we went up through here, really long wick, so we did see some rejection there. Want to be aware of that. And now we're having a downside candle. We're going to have to see where this ends up closing, how much penetration to the downside. But overall for Litecoin, I would want to hold on the 4 hour time frame this 200 moving average, and that's going to be at 183. So that's the support I want to see held, because that would also correlate with keeping higher lows here intact. All right, so we got to get over top of 195, and then we'll say support there right about that 183 are going to be the main areas that we want to watch. If we take a look at our cipher here, we are getting the red dot warning right up top. Money flow is in the red, curving out a little bit, but still in the red, pretty heavy there. And then you can see our VWAP crossing down through that 0 line, guys. So definitely something I'm going to watch as well. RSI is at 57 right now, curving to the downside a little bit, but we're just going to have to see if we can get some of that buying pressure. The volume right now, 266K. And then our average is 522K is what's traded in the day. So really watch these areas, guys. Be careful. A lot of different warning signs out there. We just have to see what the bulls and the bears are going to do here in the next 4 hours. And that range could give us a little bit of direction. But I want to put this out there. If you get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless you all. Take care.